You guys know the game Clover Pit, dude. It's a freaking roguelike game that came out recently. It's about freaking slot machines and testing your luck, but also getting as far as you can. I've played it a few different times, dude. This is a freaking video about the hidden lore, which I don't know. It's just kind of about a game where you're trapped in a room. Nothing to do but gamble your way out, kind of. I mean, there are things to do to make your luck better, which is less of a gamble, but it's a pretty fun game. Let's see what the lore is. Shout out to EXE Planed. Oh, I get it. I see what you did there.
Games ever. Clover Pit is one of the most addictive games ever. Launching it is like entering a real-life casino, trapped in a room with no clocks or windows. All you can do is gamble away your notion of time. The premise of the game is simple. The player is locked inside what seems to be a prison cell, alongside a slot machine and an ATM demanding money. Before the deadline ends, if you manage to make enough money to pay off your debt, you advance to the next round. On the contrary, the floor beneath you opens and you fall to your death. For the vast majority of players, this concept alone is enough to get them hooked. Purchase Lucky Charms at the store to improve your odds of making money. Spin the slot.
Yeah, dude, I do not enjoy slot machines or gambling in any way, so I didn't know if this was going to be the game for me, but it was actually pretty fun. The gameplay loop is kind of addicting. I mean, slot machines are addicting, but that's not the fun part, okay? It's just... All right, it's kind of the fun part, but it's just one of many fun parts, dude. You get freaking the Bible and plenty of other wholesome items along the way, okay? It's not all bad.
And see how many deadlines of exponentially rising debts you can survive. However, when playing this game, I couldn't help but wonder, what is the context to all of this? What type of person do we play as that deserves to be locked away to gamble for their life in a dystopian, infinitely repeating prison that seems to have no way out? Can we even escape this place? Or are we...
Yeah, it's kind of like Saw, but you don't have to, like, do anything harmful to your own autonomy. You just have to play the game to get your way out and hope that luck be a lady tonight.
To make money for our
it's way more humane.
Useful and disposed of. I was determined to make sense out of the universe of Clover Pit, knowing it would be a challenge. With the game only offering 2 different environments, I knew there wasn't much to work with, or so I thought. Clover Pit has 3 possible endings. The first and most simple happens.
I've never seen the ending, so this is gonna be a spoiler, I suppose.
Fall into the abyss.
I'm down for it, though.
Second, also known as the bad ending, takes place when you stack up enough money to purchase this big red key, allowing you to unlock the cell door.
Okay, I have gotten that. I've gotten that far before, I think.
The sight that follows is horrifying.
Oh.
We soon come to understand where we are, a seemingly infinitely repeating structure of towers that extends beyond what the eye can see in every direction. We come to learn that this prison is divided into an unknown number of blocks, each with their corresponding...
I haven't seen that.
Interconnected by various...
I think I got the key and it was like a fake out and they were like, actually, you need the next key, and then I died, so fuck them.
Skinny bridges. Upon reaching the center platform, a dormant slot machine awaits.
What up, Fun Run?
With it, it turns on and says its classic line. The
Let's
screen
go
cuts
gambling!
to black and the game ends.
Oh, dang it! Dude, he said his classic line from the TikTok.
In order to understand why this is considered the bad ending, we must cover the good ending first. In the true ending, we're rewarded the white key, and what awaits us in...
You guys know the meme, right? Freaking... I think I have. Is it this one?
Let's go gambling! Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it.
The classic line!
The center platform is no longer a slot machine, but what appears to be a control panel. We push the red button and ascend, finally escaping the prison. Or did we? The most interesting part about this ending is what happens once we load a new game. We have now been moved from Tower 0 to Tower 1.
What?
This is something that doesn't happen in the bad ending.
Does it have a better toilet?
In the middle of the platform, we will be forever stuck in Tower 0. So if we manage to achieve the good ending 3 more times, and escape Towers 1, 2, and 3, can we escape this block? Does that mean freedom, or will we be placed in the next block, only to do the same all over again? Is true freedom even an option?
Stupid.
I had to find out the answer to this question and see how many towers I could go through, determined to see if this prison really is infinite or not. The only issue with this is that achieving the true ending isn't the easiest task in the world. A core mechanic of Clover Pit is the telephone. At the start of every deadline, we receive a call from a mysterious
Howie Mandel, he says, I'd like to make a deal for you.
Who lets us
And they're
choose
not that
between
good.
3 perks that'll help build a strategy to survive longer.
I don't want any perks, Howie. No thank you. I try not to touch the stuff no more. Okay, one more time.
It seems more than one person is on the other side of the line.
Dun,
A message carved into the cell wall right next to the telephone, most likely...
Don't trust everyone, dude. I'm 12 and this is deep. I saw this same picture on Reddit in my dreams.
...by a previous inmate, reads, "Do not trust everyone," with the last word...
What are you, like the Joker, dude? That's broken English. But I know what you mean, because it's like a triple entendre. I'm trusting myself even, because I'm not going to. I just misclicked and now I don't know where I am.
Red.
I'll figure it out.
Blood. This message refers to the red phone calls we receive on deadline 3, 7, and any other in which we lose money to a 666 in a slot machine. These calls are designed to tempt the player into picking a juicy offer, only to later punish them by granting the red key instead of the white one. In other words, if you're tempted by any of the red phone's offers, you get the bad ending and are condemned to keep gambling for your life in the same cell you started in. This explains why a previous inmate tried to warn us about the red phone after meeting the same fate, an eventual death.
Appreciate you, Epic Prince. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out, dog.
Given that we occupy their cell. In order to get the true ending, we must resist the tempting offers and hang up on the red phone every time it calls.
Really?
Each time we do this, one of the 6s on the floppy disk will be crossed out. After rejecting 3 red phone calls, our salvation appears.
Bro, the lore goes surprisingly deep.
The holy phone call. Aside from giving some of the greatest perks in the game, the holy phone call changes the key from red to white, allowing us to finally escape
The
this cell,
bone key.
only to end up in another. The phone calls have a clear religious connotation, just like the rest of the game does. Don't be tempted by the devil, and God will save you. However, I don't believe it's actually God or the devil behind the phone, but most likely employees of the prison
Howie
putting us to the
Mandel!
test. If this is actually a prison for people who are in severe debt, a premise similar to that of the Squid Games, the phone calls act as a filter, determining who prioritizes their life and who prioritizes money. Inmates who accept red phone calls are more likely to fall into great debt again, since they can be manipulated by a stranger into investing in something that has an uncertain outcome. This is why they're not granted freedom, and are used to make as much money as possible before they fail to meet the deadline and are disposed of. Inmates with the willpower to refuse the tempting offers of the red phone, however, prove they aren't blinded by money and wish to be reinserted into society, which is why they're...
Wow, dude. Freaking, who are you to choose if my money needs to be concern of yours or not? I just freaking butchered that so bad, dude. It's over for me. God damn it. All right. Who are you to decide if I have the right desires in life or not? Don't put me in this prison. I guess if you're a prisoner, you kind of don't have rights in the same way, so that does make sense. But I'm sure this prison isn't up to quota. I'm sure that there's some sort of restrictions that should be put on it. They should have their prisoner's license at least examined, if not revoked, for these unsanitary conditions. Have you seen the pisser?
For long enough,
I need a new toilet. Meet my demands.
My way up the towers, I got closer and closer to finding the answer. To better understand the context of Clover Pit, we must thoroughly analyze the little space we're given. This side of the room offers nothing too out of the ordinary. The slot machine we depend on sits on a desk where we place the lucky charms we purchase. It's what sits under the desk that leads to one of the most disturbing theories about this game.
Bro, why is every fucking piece of imagery so fucking funny? It's like, I already said it, but it's like the I'm 12 and this is deep meme. Like freaking hell. Oh, rolls back one letter into hell. Sorry, I'm talking while he's talking, but he should shut up, not me. See? It was already there, but there it is again. Anyway, sorry.
Game, a recycling container filled with what seems to be other prisoners' remains.
Ew!
But how would their
I did
bodies be
notice
here
that.
if they drop to their death into the abyss below? Everything points toward the fact that the pillars don't only contain one cell, but possibly hundreds, extending above and below the one we play in. What we
Who knows how many people are in the cell and in cells in the
The
cell?
remains of the unfortunate inmates above us, who fell to their death exactly on the
Whoa.
on. Their blood still lingers. Something that further reinforces this theory are the corpse pieces we can find inside our drawers, also belonging to those who fell to their death in our cell, and were disposed of in a pretty gruesome manner, separating the flesh from their bones, very possibly using this crane that hangs above us, still covered in blood.
I thought that was a fan!
Wonder, if the cells extend upwards, who says they don't extend downwards as well? Will we end up being the pile of flesh in a cell below us? How far does this prison really extend? Are there negative levels? I had to keep climbing up the towers to unravel this mystery.
Bro, how many are there? This is crazy. I thought it was just a funny slot machine game, dude. Shows me.
Examining the cell, it is obvious to see we're being monitored 24/7.
What, EFJ? I'm on the edge of my seat. I gotta know. What?
A surveillance camera tracks our every move and sends the signal to an employee of the facility, who communicates with us through the megaphone. This same employee could be the one behind the phone calls, putting us to the test to determine if we have been rehabilitated or not. And I was willing to prove I was worthy of freedom. And so, my quest to the top of the...
Getting a 6-month-old kitten named Binks? Hell yeah, that's lit. And he's all black. He's gonna look like a Loomis cat. That's awesome. W-cat.
The prison
Congrats.
began. I knew it wouldn't be an easy journey, since for those of you who don't know, getting the true ending requires the player to place the corpse pieces on the slot machine, increasing the total debt significantly. But it is a necessary sacrifice in order to get the white key. My game plan...
So you're supposed to try to get the bones out of the damn drawers? That's fucked up, dude. What is this Slender Man ass bullshit?
And was simple.
Do you think Michael Bay will make a film out of this?
Whip all the corpse pieces and...
Guys, this is a side tangent, but did you hear Michael Bay has hijacked the Skibbity toilet brand, allegedly? I mean, hijacked is just my word, but He seems to have taken it over. I imagine they sold it to him, but I just saw something on Twitter about it. Is it worth looking up right now? Yes. Actually, yes. The creator of Skibbity Toilet sold the rights in 2023 to Invisible Narratives, which is Michael Bay's movie company. That still doesn't exist. What do you mean? The movie? I am upset the movie hasn't released yet. Now it's locked out of a 47 million sub channel, gets 0 YouTube revenue, and the company spams weekly trash for cash. So they sold the rights and then the movie never came out. That's actually crazy. I mean, obviously you fucked up by doing that, and there's a mistake that was made. Seems a little predatory, Michael. Seems a little crazy, Michael. Mr. Invisible Michael, Transformer Michael. Dang, dude. And we're not gonna get the movie? That's all I care about. Somebody release that. Anyway, side tangent over. We're learning about Clover Pit hidden lore, dude. The body parts. What do they mean? The journey to the top. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit so I don't bite this guy's whole video, but freaking this is very interesting.
8. With my strategy established, all that was left was to ascend the layers of the prison in search for true freedom. After making it to Tower 3 and escaping it, I wasn't surprised at all with what came after. A block identical to the previous one, containing towers 5 to 7. I suppose it wouldn't be that easy. So here we go again. Equip the corpse pieces, find the cell phone as soon as possible, trigger the red phone calls, and most importantly...
Yeah, so it's like he's in the flow state right now. I'm trying to skip past that part. We'll leave that to him. You gotta watch his full video for that, which I encourage you to do, because this is not a replacement. This is an additional piece of content, supplementary.
1. Every time I told myself I'd reach an even number and call it quits, I couldn't bring myself to. What if I was only a couple towers off of discovering the secret ending?
What am I fighting for?
Before making a big discovery? What if I'm a couple rounds off of being the first person to truly win in Clover Pit?
I regret everything I've done.
No, I gotta do it.
Told myself
You're
Tower
right.
30 would be the limit. 21, 22, 25,
21?
28,
You stupid.
29, and 30. Still nothing. Still the same old control panel in the center of the platform, and the screen cutting to black. Despite telling myself to stop at 30, all I could think about was reaching 50. There had to be a deeper meaning to this game.
Probably.
And then it dawned on me.
Maybe not.
This mindset I developed. The fear of quitting before a big win. The irresistible urge to keep going. That's precisely what Clover Pit is all about. A gambling addiction.
Oh.
Even the person speaking through the megaphone.
Well, that doesn't seem that hard to believe at all. Why didn't you just... Oops. Why didn't you just say so? That's
I
obvious.
was amazed at my persistence. I accepted then and there that there wasn't a secret ending to Clover Pit.
No!
All that awaited me were endless identical towers and a deeper addiction.
Damn
Perhaps
it. Now all you did was play a fun game for hours and hours, dude. Shout out to EXP Laned. Dude, I like your name and your video. It was good, and this game is goated. Check it out if you haven't, if you like these kinds of things. But don't get addicted, guys. Not worth it. Gambling is gay.